Halt to progress, Trump's offshore wind order. The United States' burgeoning offshore wind industry has been dealt a significant blow. President Trump, on his first day back in office, signed an executive order. This order places an indefinite pause on new offshore wind leases. It affects all U.S. coastal waters. The order also calls for a review of all current permitting practices. This decision has cast a long shadow over the future of renewable energy in the nation. The order puts billions of dollars of investment at risk. It also jeopardizes the creation of thousands of jobs. The executive order has been met with immediate concern from the renewable energy sector. Industry leaders and environmental advocates have voiced their disapproval. They argue that the order undermines years of progress in offshore wind development. The order also raises questions about the administration's commitment to combating climate change. The order's impact extends beyond the wind energy industry. The pause on new leases creates significant uncertainty for investors. It also impacts supply chain companies and potential workers. The order's broad scope and lack of clarity on the review process have left many stakeholders in limbo. States with ambitious offshore wind targets, such as New York and New Jersey, are particularly vulnerable to the order's impacts. They have staked their clean energy futures on the development of offshore wind resources. The order threatens to disrupt their plans and delay their progress towards a more sustainable energy mix. Troubled waters. Projects and states impacted. The executive order has immediate and far-reaching consequences for offshore wind projects along the U.S. coastline. Over 30 gigawatts of proposed projects are now in jeopardy. These projects represent a significant portion of the nation's planned offshore wind capacity. The projects furthest along in the development process are the most vulnerable. They face the risk of delays, increased costs, and potential cancellation. The uncertainty created by the executive order makes it difficult for developers to secure financing. It also hinders their ability to make long-term investment decisions. Among the states most affected by the order is New Jersey. The state has been a leader in offshore wind development. New Jersey has set ambitious goals for offshore wind energy production. The state aims to generate 11 gigawatts of electricity from offshore wind by 2040. However, the executive order threatens to derail these plans. It injects uncertainty into the state's energy future. The order also has implications for job creation and economic development in New Jersey. Another state facing significant challenges is Virginia. The state is home to the largest offshore wind project currently under construction in the United States. The Coastal Virginia Offshore Wind Project is a 2.6 gigawatt facility. It is expected to power 660,000 homes upon completion. The project has already created hundreds of jobs. It represents a significant investment in Virginia's clean energy future. However, the executive order's potential impact on this flagship project has raised concerns among state officials, industry leaders, and local communities. Shifting sands. From wind power to natural gas. The halt in offshore wind development has raised concerns about a potential shift towards increased reliance on natural gas. With the future of offshore wind uncertain, some states may be forced to reconsider their energy mix. They may turn to natural gas as a more readily available alternative. Natural gas, while less carbon-intensive than coal, is still a fossil fuel. Increased reliance on natural gas could hinder the nation's progress towards its climate goals. The potential shift toward natural gas has significant implications for infrastructure development. If states increase their reliance on natural gas, it will necessitate investments in new pipelines, processing plants, and other infrastructure. These investments come with their own set of environmental and social costs. They can contribute to habitat fragmentation, increase greenhouse gas emissions during construction and operation, and potentially exacerbate community concerns about air and water quality. Moreover, the increased reliance on natural gas could lead to price volatility and supply disruptions. The natural gas market is subject to fluctuations based on factors such as weather patterns, economic conditions, and geopolitical events. Over-reliance on natural gas could leave states vulnerable to price spikes and supply shortages, particularly during periods of peak demand. This could have cascading effects on consumers, businesses, and the overall economy. An uncertain future industry response and the need for clarity. The executive order has sent shockwaves through the renewable energy industry, leaving many stakeholders grappling with uncertainty. Industry leaders have expressed disappointment and concern, emphasizing the order's potential to stifle innovation, job creation, and the transition to a clean energy future. The lack of clarity surrounding the administration's review process has only amplified these concerns, making it challenging for businesses to plan for the future. Ørsted, the world's largest offshore wind developer, has already adjusted its investment goals in response to the executive order. The company has scaled back its ambitious target of installing 30 gigawatts of offshore wind capacity by 2030, citing the uncertainty created by the policy shift. This decision reflects the broader challenges facing the industry as a result of the executive order. The lack of a clear timeline for the review process, coupled with the potential for further policy changes, has made it difficult for companies like Ørsted to make long-term investment decisions. Dominion Energy, the company behind the coastal Virginia offshore wind project, has also voiced concerns about the executive order's potential impact. The company has warned that halting the project would not only jeopardize a significant source of clean energy, but also lead to increased costs for consumers. The project, which has already received substantial investment, is seen as a critical test case for the future of offshore wind in the United States. Its fate hangs in the balance as the industry awaits further clarification from the administration. The offshore wind industry is calling for clarity and a swift resolution to the uncertainty created by the executive order. Industry leaders are urging the administration to provide a detailed timeline for the review process, engage in meaningful dialogue with stakeholders, and establish a predictable regulatory environment that fosters investment and innovation. The future of offshore wind and its potential to contribute to a cleaner, more sustainable energy future hinges on the administration's next steps.